Timestamp 9:46. I'm not going anywhere until 10:10. I think that they're about to start hitting the sell side after they bounces and squeezing everybody. Scammers, man. Hmm. Sent that weird ass message. What is that? Snap the intraday trend line. This market is bearish. Intra during New York. Test limit order.
Order
Test.
submitted. Order submitted.
Scammers.
Order canceled.
Apex is a bunch of scammers. They want to go lower. I don't believe this bounce. I told you other day they want to go higher so they can go lower. I don't believe this bounce. I don't think they're gonna fill this gap today. I think this move was fake. I think that bounce up just now that you just saw was fake. Be on alert. I don't believe that. I think that was fake. Timestamp 9:50. Look at that market flip on a dime at 9:45. Once this 9:40, once this 9:45 candle close, look at this market flip on a dime, guys. Anybody that is watching this live stream today, if you see us getting ready to take a trade today, and it is contrary to what they have started doing for this 15-minute time block, like somebody say something, like hey, or like if you have any inclination that we're getting ready to take a trade, and it is close to a 15-minute time block ending, or it is still within that time block and is contrary to what they have been doing for that 15 minutes, do not do that. Please understand what I just told you. Don't do that today. Today is not the day to test them. Okay? I'm just warning you now. They're flipping the market around on a dime in 15-minute time blocks. Listen to what I've been telling you now. Don't do that. You're going to get hurt today. It's not going to adhere to price action if you do contrary to what's going on in this 15-minute time block today. It is just today. Listen to what I just told you now. They stopped this market on a dime when that 945 candle closed. And then they dumped it. And now they're going goofing around and going sideways now. I don't know what they're going to do until damn 10 o'clock. I don't know what they're going to do. I need to gauge the temperature and see what they got going on. They're just goofing around right now and going sideways. I don't trust them. Today is not the day to goof around. It's FOMC meeting minutes, and the market has only been open for 20 minutes after they allegedly said that the ceasefire agreement is allegedly off. Who knows what's going on? And they're still bouncing it out of this. Let me check this Discord chat. My indicator showing a double top and double bottom on NQ. Where? That must be old. Yikes, they're slowing you down. Good morning, beautiful people. I don't need a big day. I need another good day. Yes. That is correct. I need another good day, not another big day. Good morning, beautiful people. Look out. We need to watch. I'm not going anywhere until 10:10. I'm sorry. I might extend it to 10:15 because of the 15-minute time block. So it might run past that macro 5 minutes. But what's 5 minutes? I'm going to wait and I'm going to see what they're getting ready to do. I want to gauge their temperature. I want to see what they got going on here. I just want to see. I don't think that they're seriously trying to go higher right now, but I want to see. I just want to I want to gauge. Let's look at the NVIDIA. NVIDIA's break even. Adobe is down, piece of crap. Home Depot is down. Tesla is down. Google is down. Amazon down. Netflix down 1.5%. Intel Core down to 108. Airbnb down 4%. Okay. Everything is break even or negative. Okay. Everything is break even or negative. What's up, Don Will? What's up, Don? Remember what I told you today? What today is? It's meeting minutes. It's not the real FOMC, but still. The price action is going to confuse you. I have no idea if they're going to adhere to normal protocol or if they're going to start doing things of reckless abandon because of the news that just dropped overnight. At 5 a.m. this morning, Eastern Standard Time. If you're Pacific Standard, overnight. Neither do you. I don't think that they're seriously trying to go higher. I think that every bounce is going to be used as fuel to go lower. This 15-minute time block is appearing to be bearish. I'm not going to do anything contrary to that. They stopped it on a dime at 9:45, and they went sideways for one candle, and they started dumping. Keter, what's up, buddy? Hey, yo, Chi. Good morning, y'all. I'm finally back. I just been floating around really. What's up, Keter? How you been, brother? I miss you, man. Good to see you, my guy. Yes, sir. It's good to have you back. You're here. You're with us. Never left. My guy. Good dude. I want to short this, but no trade for me today. You know, don't goof around if you already made your money. It's best not to just goof around with them. Best not to be greedy. You need to have this volume imbalance indicator on your chart so that we can see what's going on with these people. Okay, let's read this pre-market trading plan now, shall we? Let's read this pre-market trading plan now, and let's get acquainted, please. Good morning, everybody. It's time to wake up. Good morning. It's time to wake up. Let's start. Let's start thinking. Good morning. Hey, Sarah. Let's start thinking. Okay. Let's wake up. The trade plan says this: no drivers the entire day except for FOMC meeting minutes. Whenever no drivers comes about, it means this: no drivers means expect time distortion, expect geopolitical dominance. If that's the case, guys, expect geopolitical dominance, guys. That means like randomly, Trump will say something or Iran will say something, and then they'll use that as a driver. So it will randomly hit. That's what that means. So just because I didn't say that exactly on this trade plan doesn't mean that you don't forget what I just said literally like the day before. So it's literally next to it. That's literally what that means. Okay? I back tested this day. It's not the FOMC meeting, but still expect insane chop. Market to be moving in 15-minute unique time signature blocks. Whatever price action is unique to that time block will likely not change until a new 15-minute block opens. It will definitely not be a cakewalk to trade price action required today. Base hits, modest TPs, multiple levels of confirmation, making money and running away are all recommended for navigation tomorrow, which you should be doing anyway, honestly speaking. SPX is working on a multi-day trend line as pictured that I sent out last night at 10 o'clock that will be snapped. They're in New York. It's SPX. It doesn't trade overnight. So I said it will be snapped. If you see something like this, because if you see any trend line, they're going to attack. So like it makes you wonder, if I keep showing that they keep on doing this, why are they teaching us inside this book? Why do they tell you to follow trend lines then? Or is it that trend lines used to work, but now they've changed the program and the algorithm to now target what everyone has been programmed to think, and you're just behind. That's what I think it is actually. When it's taken out, it will snap with intraday sell side force. Gap rule logic applies again today as it did yesterday. If we gap up from 7.7, SPX closed at 75.04, which where we closed at yesterday. Expect that newly created gap or the 7.8 gap on 7.7 SPX at 75.35 to be filled. Okay, can most certainly be used to our advantage again so that we can gauge market direction and see what's going on. All right, see everyone at the 9 a.m. to discuss. FOMC meeting minutes today at 2 o'clock. What I mean by that is this. We gapped down. We gapped down here. Sorry. So I had to put this alert here this morning. If we gapped up inside this zone and the market opened up here, expect either this one or this one to be filled that same day. Why? Because the market's trapped. So if SPX starts dumping towards this zone, you can clearly see they get ready to do it, then you can target shorts. If we're goofing up inside the zone and we're pulling it back and we have a clear draw on liquidity like a double top or something to pair with this gap fill, then they're clearly going to go higher and you can long NQ, or you can just long ES just flat out. That's what I mean by that. This is what I mean when the market's double trap. But they came out with some geopolitical war dominance headline news this morning at like 4 o'clock, and then the market did this. Okay, so that's what happened. Whenever they said allegedly the ceasefire agreement is off, they about to. It appears to me as though that these people are about to do a full-blown Judas swing on this market. They dumped this market like this while you were sleeping, and everyone who was watching this goes, "Man, this is bearish. I'm going to short this because we're getting ready to go lower because the ceasefire is off." And they have no idea that the market does not care about bad news. The market will go higher off of bad news like I was doing right now, and it'll go green. People don't understand that. So that's what's going on right now, and I'm not going to be on the side of the losers, or at least I'm going to try not to be, okay? So just so you're aware, that's what's going on right now. So they're trying to purge these people because everyone thinks that they're smarter than the market. Everyone does. I didn't start turning profitable until I really understood, and I was like, man, you know what? I know what I'm looking at because I've back tested it. You have to back test in order to be profitable. You cannot be seriously profitable and not back test. That's impossible. I used to think that that wasn't the case until my mentor told me that that wasn't the case, and then I finally believed him because he was a multimillionaire and I was not. So I'm telling you, as your mentor, hopefully I can be your mentor if you have enough common sense that you cannot be profitable if you don't back test and forward test. That's like so that's impossible. That's like you saying, I want to be a professional athlete, but I don't want to lift no weights. I want to go to the NBA, but I don't want to shoot a basketball. I want to go to the NBA, but I don't like running suicides and like I don't like, running up and down the court. I don't want to be in shape. I want to have a pot belly, but I want to go to the NBA. That's literally what you're telling me. So those two things can't go hand in hand. Okay, so I'm just telling you right now that that's impossible. So you can't be a professional trader and make like any decent living and not back test. So I'm just telling you that now. You do with that what you will. Okay. So, but let me not get distracted. The the point is the confidence comes into play from the back testing. But however, in any look at them turn this market again around at 10 o'clock. However, in any event, what was the point I was going to make? Get what I was saying. I have amnesia. Jesus. It's a weird sound coming outside my door. There was a baby crying. One of the people on my floor has a newborn baby, and she's a stay-at-home mom. And God knows what her husband does. She's a stay-at-home mom, so she lives at the other end of my hallway. So she's a stay-at-home mom. They're loaded. I'm assuming they're rich because you can't live here if you don't got no money. So I'm assuming because she's a stay-at-home mom because I have a security camera and like all I see her doing is walking around just walking by my door with that little baby, and he randomly screams. So when he screams, it throws off my train of thought because I'm like, what the hell is that? Why is there a baby walking around? So it threw off my train of thought and I got distracted. So I forgot the point that I was making. At the end of the day, oh yeah, the point I was making was about the news. At the end of the day, listen, they don't care about news. They'll go up or down on bad news. They don't care about that. Oh, that's the point I was making. I didn't seriously become profitable until I had the confidence to go, man, you know what? I know what I'm looking at and I trust my strategy based off of the statistics and based off of what I backtested. So I'm going to continuously believe in this and I'm going to continue to refine it day in and day out. However, I am not smarter than the market. If the market is telling me that it's trying to go down, I am going to look for every reason as to why I want to participate on the downside. And I am not going to be going down all the way with the market. I'm going to enter on a pullback and then I'm going to ride a small wave of this market, a small wave of this market going lower. And then once that happens, then I'm going to be out before they finish going lower. And it's the same thing whenever it's going higher. I am not going to try to bottom tick every move because I think that I'm smarter than the market, and I know when the market's getting ready to reverse every single time. I'm not going to do that. That's what I'm not fins to do. How long did it take you to become profitable? It took me about 5 or 6 years in order to become profitable. I'm being 7 years to become profitable. I'm being dead serious. But that's because I didn't have a mentor and I didn't have nobody speaking to me. Because I tried to go the route as everyone else. I tried to go the same route as everyone else. It does not take you 7 years to become profitable. That's not how long it takes. So, because I tried to follow the same exact route that other people who are not millionaires and who aren't successful doing this told me to go. And that was the reason why I was so unsuccessful. And I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars to the market maker in the process of trying to figure that out. And I've tried almost every single strategy. Man, I've been YouTube learning and it's tough. That's exactly, yeah, of course. You want to know why it's tough? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, you don't have an instructor. Where at in your entire life have you ever not had an instructor? Like a one-on-one instructor to learn anything of value. Name one thing of importance in your life that you do right now to where you were like, it was me and I figured it out by myself from the beginning, and this is a staple in my life. Anything. I'm talking about even eating. Even eating or holding a fork. Tell me one. Driving a car, tell me one. Anything. Like a degree, anything. Like a job, anything. Like anything. Like even when you're overqualified for the job, they still put you on probation. You still have to learn, and like someone has to show you the ropes. You don't just walk in and say, here's the keys. No one does that. That's why you're struggling. You don't have a mentor. You're trying to learn on YouTube, and most of those people don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm just being honest with you. That is that is that is a fair, honest explanation. That's what's going on. You're going the same as that route that I went down, and you don't know what strategy to use, and you don't know what you're looking at, and you can't ask any questions because you're trying to watch because you're trying to run a multi-million dollar business off of watching 3 or 4 minute videos. And you don't know who's being transparent or who's not, because most of them not even trading those strategies for real and making money. So you don't have the confidence to go down that route. Like you don't know what's going on. That's the route, unfortunately, that most people go down, because most people have been brainwashed and hold on, look, I got 2 minutes to go on this rant, then I'm gonna stop. Why? Because the 10-10. Why? Because the macro's about to end. Perfect. Because most people don't know what they got going on. That's why. Why? Because most people like listening to other people. Because the easiest thing to do is to go, I can run a multi-million dollar business, and all I have to do is just watch a few YouTube videos, and I don't need no instructor. But nowhere in life does any high-paying profession, can you qualify for any high-paying profession by following those instructions that you're going down. If someone walked up to you and they were like, I want to be a doctor and all I want to do is watch a few YouTube videos, what would you tell them? You'd be like, bro, that's impossible. And they were like, I don't want to go to school and I don't want to go to school. Like I don't want to go to school and I don't want a professor. And I don't want to learn, but I want to be a heart surgeon. Would you trust a heart surgeon or not? So, hey, I want a heart surgeon salary and I want to be hired for this job. Please consider me. But I don't want to go to school and I don't want an instructor. And then not only that, I'm going to listen to other people who have never been a heart surgeon on how to become a heart surgeon and who aren't getting called for the job on how to become a heart surgeon, and I'm going to follow their instructions because they failed at it. That's what you're doing whenever you listen to unprofitable people. And I'm not going to have an instructor, and I'm going to learn how to perform open heart surgery. Why? Because I want to make $250,000 a year being a heart surgeon. $300,000 a year being a heart surgeon, that's why. You would look at them, like, not only look at them and go, but that person doesn't know what they're talking about. You would look at them and you would go, that person is batshit insane. What possessed this person to thinking that they could do that? That's how I look at people whenever they tell me these things. But I just laugh because it's not going to change anything because I'm going to keep making $30,000 to $40,000 a week doing this. So at this point, I just laugh. And if they want to join here, then they want to join. If not, then they can keep watching for free. All my trades are taken free or live. It's free. Because I'm not going to convince you. I have the cure, and I'm cured. I have the cure, and I'm cured. People with the cure and who are cured don't need to convince somebody who's sickly to try to take this. I'm cured. I don't need you to. I don't need you to take the same potion that I have. Be on alert. It is 10:10. I'm going to stop this rant. My God, I've been killing it. Everybody listen to this guy. Thanks, Gene. What's your strategy? ICT discretionary trading and liquidity trading. You're right. A lot of people already read that. Pay yourself. Take it. Pay yourself. I'll be eligible for my second payout at the end. Other trading, but my balance is only $13.85 and I can withdraw 50%. Do you suggest I take that and run or to build my buffer? I think that you take that as considered as your second payout. Then on the next one, then let's get right. Good job, Trey. Proud of you, sir. How long you been in here? You got a second payout. How long you been in here, Trey? Since March. Well, the end of March. So April, May, June. 3 months, 90 days, the profitability. See what I'm saying? This trade is exactly what I'm talking about, bro. It don't take you, dude. It don't take you no damn. See what I'm saying? This right here. It don't take you no damn 7, 8 years to become profitable. He has a mentor. Take it. Pay yourself, Kidder says. Absolutely. Pay yourself. That's 100% correct. Appreciate it, guys. Buy another account, copy trade, then rinse and repeat. That is correct. Technique. Look, you've been here since April. Right here. Won't take no damn 7, 8 years to become profitable. It did for me. Because I was hard headed. I was listening to people that didn't know what they were talking about. Make me sick. Timestamp 10:10. They flipped this market around on a dime at 10 o'clock and started dumping it. Adhering to no price action and nothing of reason. They just from 9:45 until 10 o'clock they went sideways. Then at 10 o'clock they started dumping it, and now they're going lower. It's best not to try to long this. This market is moving in 15-minute time blocks today. It's FOMC meeting minutes. I back tested this day. This is very unique. There's nothing that's going to stop them from doing what they're trying to do. The next chance you have is at 10:15. Be on alert. If you're in a short right now, you need to understand that the market can flip around on a dime in 2 minutes. At like the close of the 10:15 candle, they can flip it on a dime. I don't give a damn about this 15-minute BISC or this 5-minute here. I don't care about that. Be on alert. This is serious. I just started trading like yesterday, but I need help finding a strategy. Great. I think that you should watch the live stream for free. I live stream every single day at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You should just take a look. Timestamp 10:13. Don't believe in, dude. I'm not gonna believe any bounce until minimum 10:16. I'm not gonna believe any bounce. I think that these people are trying to go lower and they just snap this intraday trend line, and this market is bearish to me. And they got this weird pattern going on over here, right here. This is weird to me. That to me screams everybody buy because support, and they might want to do something like this. That's what that screams to me. I don't trust that. Terrible day to me. What happened? So if you just started trading yesterday, Sammy, I recommend that you watch the live stream for free. If you want to understand and learn the right way, you're actually in a perfect position. There's a link inside my bio, but here's the deal. That comes with a free 3-day trial. I think that you should sign up as a beginner, and I think that you should try to take your time over the next 3 days. And I think that you should sign up for that. That is a free 3-day trial and a free 3-day boot camp, and it will give you a serious grasp and understanding, and you will be far ahead of everyone else. And then if it goes past the 3-day free trial, it is $49 for 3 months worth of access to that knowledge center. And then if it still tickles your fancy, you can join Discord right after that. There is no rush. You can join Discord the same day. They both come with a free trial. But since you're new to trading, and since you started trading yesterday, I recommend you start on that page. That's what I recommend. I recommend that you start on that page. It will explain everything to you, and it will walk you through it. It will show you how we make our money and everything. Be on alert now. Trendline snapping on SPX. That is correct. They want to go lower. They don't want to go no higher. Timestamp 10:16. They could flip this on a dime right now. You've been warned if you're shorting this. You need to be on alert. It's a new 15-minute time block. This is extremely unique to only FOMC. I cannot explain it, but they only do that. They've been doing it all day, and it's just like what I've been telling you. They're not going to adhere to any price action. Look at what's happened every 15 minutes. At 9:30, they shot it up. What when is 15 minutes after 9:30, 9:45? At 9:45, they stopped it on a dime here and they never went higher. They went sideways for 1 minute and then they dumped it. And then they bounced it and they basically went sideways for this 15-minute time block. What comes after 9:45, 15 minutes later? 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, they never went higher and they started dumping. What comes next after 10 o'clock, 10:15? The timestamp now is 10:15, and now they're trying to decide what they want to do next. You have no idea what they're going to do next. This market is adhering to weird price action that you have never seen before. I have back tested this day. Don't call my bluff. Well, you're not calling my bluff. I don't care. You don't call their bluff. This one was bullish. This one was sideways. This one was bearish. This is just simple layman's terms. If you don't understand what that is, just trust me. Well, don't just trust me. Back test it yourself. You can go back and back and back in time. I implore everyone to try to prove me wrong. That's the problem. We're giving people voices that don't deserve voices. They could flip this on a dime right now and squeeze this higher into a new HOD, or they could dump this and go lower, or they could just go sideways for the next 15 minutes. I don't know. I got to see. Remember what I told you about that alert, though, if you was in that short now. You see that? See that liquidation candle higher, and they flipped it on a dime at 10:15? Did you see that? Now they're going higher. See what I'm saying? It's not going to adhere to price action today. This is my last time warning you. So you need to see a draw on liquidity, and it needs to align with the 15-minute time block and something you can manage your risk off of remotely. And you need to be undersized, and you need to take that trade. You need to take 1 to 2 base hits today, and you need to get out of Dodge. Today is not the day to find out. Timestamp 10:18. Look at this. Remember what I told you about this weird pattern here that they got going on here? I said that this looks weird, and I said something like this and something like this. Remember when I said that, and they're going lower. That looks weird to me. This right here screams, hey, long me, this is safe. This is support and resistance, or this is hey, this is support. This is a flat trend line, and then they go lower. That's what that's telling me. Anything that, what is that? That's a perfect double bottom over here. Hold on. Are we asleep at the helm? Why did nobody alert me? This is a perfect double bottom over here at the bottom on the spot. The indicator says so. Are we paying attention? Are we asleep at the helm? They're getting ready to dump this through this floor. Any bounce is fake. Don't short this. Don't long this. They're going to yeet this through this floor and take out this double bottom. Are we asleep at the helm? They're getting ready to come into the zone. Be on alert. They're going to have to prove to me that they don't want to go there. This SPY is about to yeet through this floor and flash dump. Any bounce, I am going to assume is fake. If they come up into this zone here, I am going to short this. Be on alert now. You've been warned. I'm just not going to short inside this 15-minute BIST because they could bounce out of this. If they bounce out of this and this thing turns into like, and this 1020 right here turns into 1030 and they're goofing around inside this zone, I'm going to short this. Because remember what I said about the market being tricky today, about the price action. There's a double bottom there, but it's outside of this 15-minute time block. I'd be shorting it just 5 minutes into this new time block that they spawned a liquidation green candle on. On a normal day, I would press this short button right now, but today is not a normal day. It's FOMC meeting minutes. Today is not a normal day. So I can see where they're trying to go, but it is not a normal day. I don't want to call their bluff. Because today is the day where I will see something and I will try to take a trade and I will lose on it because I am taking a trade outside of this 15-minute time block, this 15-minute signature block. There's no other day like this other than the true FOMC. We've proven this time in and time out again. They do this after every single FOMC and on every single FOMC. They do this, okay? So I'm watching this right now. Understand that. I am missing out on nothing. If they squeeze us and if they go higher, well, guess what? Good. Now I know it's bullish. If they go sideways, then guess what? Well, they're going sideways, so why would I want to participate in that? If they dump this through this floor, then guess what? I was right. No FOMO. If they squeeze and go higher, perfect. Better short opportunity. If they dump this through this floor, then guess what? It's bearish, and maybe I could short the next bounce. Maybe I could look for a long. Did you just see that God body bounce? Look at that God body candle. Let's look at the HVL levels and see exactly where we're at, because this market is moving like it's a negative HVL. Let's see what's going on. Yes, we are. It's not even a debate. I'm not even going to plot. I'm not even going to plot that on my chart. I'm not even going to look at that. Look at this. Let me delete all of this. This foolishness that they got going on here. Delete that. 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 This foolishness. Look at the market bounce. Timestamp 1022. My newswire said big candle. He said something happened. I'm waiting on him to disclose. He said, hold on. I'm going to do nothing. Nobody's talking? Had to double check the volume. Kind of quiet in here. Nobody from Discord was talking. Where's Phantom? Where's CME? Zelensky meeting with Trump has ended, says spokesperson. That's exactly what he said. But he said nothing crazy came about from it. The TikTok algorithm is hating. I was streaming 6 months ago. When I was streaming 7 months ago, there was like 35, 40 people watching this live stream. 50 people watching the live stream. Must be because the likes are down or something. Guys, we got 140 likes on this video right now, and I'm live streaming every single day, and I'm talking to you nonstop. Trying to, like, can I get like 150 likes per person, please? Like I'm not asking for much, please. Like just literally just 15 seconds of your time. I'm not gonna ask you for 20,000 likes. I'm not even gonna ask you for no galaxies. I'm not gonna be tap dancing, doing no weird stuff. Just simple likes, please. Look at this perfect double bottom over here on the ES2. My God, they're pairing both of them together. They're about to dump this. I don't trust this bounce. I think they're about to attack lower. I think, brother, these people are about to attack this sell side to go lower. Okay. I'm going to short this. I'm going to short this on 3 contracts, and I'm going to try and get 120 ticks to the downside off of this move. I'm going to go short. I'm going to try and get 120 ticks to the downside off of this move on 3 contracts. There's a perfect double bottom over here. I could very well get hurt because I am operating outside of this new 15-minute time block. So please understand that. So you cannot be oversized on something like this for sure. This could get dangerous. This could get dangerous if you're drastically oversized on it. There's a perfect double bottom over here on this ES. Look at this. Look at how egregious that is. I don't like this. They're starting to displace from the zone. Timestamp 1026. Look at this. This perfect double bottom they got going on here with this. Look at that. What is that? That's dual perfect double bottoms on ES and on SPY. Look at this. Look at this foolishness that they got going on here. Look at this. at that bullshit. What is that? I think they're about to attack. 1026 timestamp is. I think these people are about to attack this. So help me God, I think they're about to attack. I do not think this is bullish. I think this shit is bearish. Buy stop.
Order failed.
Jesus Christ, took it straight
Order
to the goddamn
canceled.
TP. I'm done. My God, look at this. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you shitting me right now? Stop. This indicator right now is ridiculous. Stop it. 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 Two double bottoms, they want to attack. They're trying to attack right now. Soon as I seen that and it alerted me, I was like, man, these people trying to go lower. But I was out beforehand just to be safe. You need to be on hyper alert right now. We're giving out free indicators to this Discord, and it's making people thousands of dollars a day. And you're sitting over there goofing around. Had to take that with you, $1,500 profit. And you're sitting over there goofing around trying to figure out, hey man, is that $1,500 a month membership worth that? Look at that. They want to attack. They're not done. They're not done. Don't believe any bounce. It's fake. Trump just came on, by the way. Be on alert.
Bro, indicated for the win on the long too, bro. SPX left at 99 right there as it was trying to attack those double bottoms.
I just seen it. And then they came back just to come fill that, and now they're getting ready to reattack again. That was the only reason why they bounced that just now. Took that, brother. Good job. They want to attack. Good job. Would have took that trade with Cole. Good job. Good job, Rod. They want to attack and they want to go lower. They don't want to go no higher. This is a perfect double bottom, and the indicator says so. And it's at the LOD. The indicator tell me what to do. I'm just looking, and I'm just looking. I'm just taking it, just to be honest with you. Pause.
It's crazy. That's worse than the hairball, bro.
Yeah, damn. I caught that. That indicator is worth $1 million. Absolutely it is, and it's free. By the way, guys, I meant to tell y'all, guys, I'm going to be partnering with a prop firm, and then they're going to be giving out free evaluation accounts to the students inside the Discord, too. But I'm working on the details. They haven't gone live yet, and then there's another one that I'm going to have a meeting with today. So we're going to have free accounts, like free weekly accounts, sent out to the students inside the Discord only. Only to the students inside the Discord. So I'll get that going over here sometime soon. Now, the exact details, I don't know, but I'm telling you right now that so like they tried to hit me up and they were like, hey, like we can get 25% commissions going plus more. And I was like, I swear to God, and I told them, I'll send y'all the screenshots, and I was like, I don't want no commissions. I was like, I am not concerned about commissions. I am concerned about giving away free accounts. And they were like, okay, yeah, well, we can work on hooking your community up. It was like, as long as you trade with the accounts. And guess what? One of them is a prop firm to where you can trade stocks. So you can trade QQQ. So if you see these volume imbalances, you can trade them directly on the QQQ as a prop firm, and on the SPY and on the SPX, and you can trade stocks like that. And then the other is a futures prop firm. But so they'll just be giving out free accounts to the Discord community. Be on alert. Watch out. I gotta switch my IP address, so hopefully maybe I can rinse this multiple times. Watch out. I hope the both sides of the pillows are always cold, dude. Thanks, can you explain the indicator? What makes it different from the nephews and FEG indicator? Oh yeah, there's a class about the indicator. It's right over here, Kenny. There's a class about the indicator. It's right over here. Film review. It explains it. Just fast forward to the point where I start talking about it right here. Wait, no, right here. It explains it. It goes in depth. What makes it different is that it points out draws and liquidity. So it points out the major draws on liquidity of where they're trying to go to attack. And you have to pair the knowledge that you have and that you learn from the knowledge center and also from inside the Discord and the models in order to understand the probability of potentially where you can begin to manage your risk at, where not to, etc. And then you just go from there. But it plots out so many different things. Like I can't. It's probably like a 15-minute long explanation I have to go on to show you all of the features. And then there's also an indicator that plots out the FVGs. I mean the not FVGs, the true volume imbalances. They're getting ready to attack the zone. You're sitting over here trying to figure out what we're doing, and they're getting ready to attack this double bottom and flash this ES past the zone. I'm trying to tell you that they are. I'll tell you what they're getting ready to do. Or the question is are you willing to listen? Are you willing to become one of us? That that is the only debate. How serious are you? Or are you going to listen to other people who aren't millionaires that tell you that you should be listening to other people who aren't millionaires on how to become a millionaire? I'll tell you where they're getting ready to go. I'll tell you. You just need to back test it and ask yourself, how? How? How can I manage my risk off of this is the only question that needs to be answered. How? This is nothing like you've ever seen before. Because I used to get scammed before. So I know what it feels like. You need to be on alert. I'm going to log off these accounts and I'm going to switch. Hopefully, I pray to God that they bounce this so I can re-rinse this multiple times. I don't want them to dump this. I want them to go higher. I'm going to exit out. I'm done with those accounts for today. Let me switch my IP address. I don't want them to go where I know that they're going to go. I don't want them to do that. It's dumping again, of course. They haven't taken out the objective. They're not going to stop until they do. I want them to go higher. Please, just give me time to log into this account, please. Let me log out of this, please. Just give me a chance. Just please just go higher right now and displace so that I can reshort. Please. Please go higher. Trump is talking right now. Trump is talking right now, so you need to be on alert now. Okay? So I'm just letting you know right now, I am listening to Trump talk right now. Not only am I listening to him talk, hold on. Hold on. No, I think that's from earlier. My news wire is still playing. Hold on. Hold on. Confirm this. Somebody confirm this. Is Trump live right now? Or is that old? What is that? Trump attends. Gotta double check this. Hold on. Trump live. I gotta search. No, he's not live right now. That's an old recording, I think. That's from this morning. That's from this morning's newswire. Okay. Yes. Hold on, let me double check this. I gotta double check this because this is gonna change my perception. Magnin News Trump. He's live right now. Trump is talking live right now. I'm confirming it. If you want to come,
Yes, he's live. He's live.
yep. If you want to watch it, type in Magno News on YouTube. He's talking live right now, so be on alert. That double bottom is there. Once they take that out, I have no idea what they're getting ready to do next. Okay? They're going to come here to the zone like how I've been telling you about. But Trump is talking. You need to be on alert. This is all that I can foresee. Did you see that? I didn't have enough time to. They didn't bounce us high enough, and I couldn't log into my other set of funded accounts fast enough. He's on Magno News. He's talking right now. They just completed that objective just now. I don't know what they're getting ready to do. Once I saw that, I only knew that they were getting ready to go there. That's all that I can see. They need to show me something, displace from it, and then I go, okay, I can see where they're getting ready to attack because I can see what most people would be thinking. That has nothing almost to do with no technical analysis. Listen to what I just told you. You need to be asking yourself this question. How does that guy know where this market's getting ready to go? Like, how does he know that? Is he just some like mythical being? No, he's just some normal dude. Okay, so how does he know that? Okay, is like the Illuminati pull him into some room and inscribe it on his brain and say, "Hey, my son, you must charge the people $2,000 per month in order to get this information. Don't license it out." No, that's not what happened. Am I out trying to scam you? No, I'm not. Because I'm clearly taking the same exact trades and I'm telling you what they're doing, and other people are making money. Trust me, you're not that special. So the next question, so it begs the next question. Okay, how can I participate? And then there you go. But more than likely, your brain is probably go, if it ain't free, it ain't for me. Perfect, it ain't for you. And that reason right there is exactly why you'll miss out on so many opportunities in life. One of the biggest reasons on as to why I stayed poor growing up is because I always wanted something for nothing. And because I wanted something for nothing, I never got, you know, because I wanted something for nothing, I always stayed with nothing. I always stayed with nothing. I never understood the art of reciprocity. I never understood that. Because you're always looking for a deal and a cheap way out is the reason why you'll never get a deal. What's he saying? God knows what he's saying. I'm not even paying attention to that. I just know that I need to be on alert. What he's saying is irrelevant almost. They just took out that double bottom just now, and I told you they was going to go there 15 minutes ago. And they dumped it. And they took out the LOD just now on that ES and on that SPX. They just took out that LOD and they want to continue to go lower. They never wanted to go higher. That move was fake. My only debate was was I slightly jumping the gun on this trade, but I still took it. I was sized accordingly. Base hit 120 ticks, $200, and then I'll rinse and I'll repeat, and hopefully I'm gonna try and make another $200 on my other account, and I'm gonna be done. That's all I'm trying to do, just so you're aware. Let me log into my lead account again, and let me pull up my trade copy. Watch out and be on alert. This is serious. This is not a joke. They wanted to go lower, not higher. They were fooling you. It's dumping again. Oh, okay, I already read that. Be on alert. This is dangerous. And I know some of you are probably thinking, well, why'd you short NQ if you knew ES and SPY was getting ready to go down? You didn't know that. Boy, if SPY or ES or SPX dump, NQ is going to dump too. I don't care what you're looking at. I don't care how bullish that thing is. It's going to dump. Or woman, boy or woman, if you're offended. You know the point I was trying to make. Talking about Kevin Warsh. What's that dude talking about? God knows what's going on. Living in the twilight zone. Anything can happen. When is Apex gonna send my money? Timestamp 10:41. They just goofing around. They've done nothing but go sideways this entire day. They've gone sideways this entire day, basically, and churn people out and do seek and destroy and blow up people's accounts. If you didn't know where that double top or that double bottom was, there was no serious trade here. Or if you did short this trend line break. There was nothing here. They're goofing around in a 15-minute busy. I'm not going to short this. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. This looks as though they might attack this, but this NQ is trying to get off this damn ground. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. There is no perfect double bottom there anymore. There is no draw on liquidity. There's nothing for them to attack. They're trying to figure out where they want to attack to next. If you don't know where they're getting ready to attack to next, why would you take a position? 13 on the Q is where? Why is it not showing up on this indicator? Oh, that's why it's not showing up on the indicator, because the indicator is hidden. There's a 13-point volume balance up here on this Q. They're probably going to squeeze this to go higher. They're probably getting ready to squeeze this and go higher and come into the zone. Watch out for this. You've been warned. Watch somehow, some way they manufacture some weird event to come into the zone. Watch. Watch what they do. Like, they'll do something like this, and then they'll do this. Watch what they'll do. I don't trust them. I'm not going to blindly long that third. I'm not going to blindly long that though. Why so? Because I understand that that's there, but this right here looks more dangerous to me. This right here, like this right here, screams long me. So I think that they'll attack. That's why I'm saying watch them go lower and then they'll go higher. So listen. So you need to be paying attention to the logic. Trading is mostly psychological because they're going to go to the spot that fills the most amount of orders. And you won't know that if you don't understand the psychology or how the market's working. Because you just think that this market is black and white at technical analysis. This market has nothing to do with fundamental analysis. Fundamentals is completely irrelevant outside of an insane outlier. Like we had this morning at 5 a.m., but they could have pumped it or dumped it off that. I mean, at 4 a.m. You don't know what they're going to do. Fundamental analysis is completely pointless. Stop trying to learn that. Technical analysis is important, but not how you've been taught. So you need to throw that out the trash too. Psychological analysis is important as well. It is arguably the most important thing, which is why I spend so much time on psychology. But that's completely and utterly irrelevant too, because you're conditioned and programmed to learn everything that other people are that other people are programmed to learn, and that's why they're losing. That's why 97% of them are losing, because they have the wrong psychology. Remember what I told you about this? They're getting ready to come up here, potentially up inside the zone. Don't goof around with them. This right over here has my attention, and I don't think these people are here to goof around. Remember what I told you? You need to be on hyper alert. Let me run a test limit order right now just to see exactly what's going on. Successfully placed limit order. Okay. They're about to bounce this market and go higher now. Watch these people. I do not trust them. The LOD is only 704.94. They might want to reattack this LOD on this MNQ. That's what it appears. And then they'll go higher. It looks as though they're trying to attack this 705. It's best I just be on alert just to be safe. You have been killing it. So much respect for you, brother. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I was losing when we were up there at that all-time high. All-time high is extremely dangerous to trade because you don't know what they're getting ready to do. That's why I said, guys, that's why I told you. That's why I was like, yeah, guys, like once we displace from the all, guys, that's why I was telling you, I was like, listen, we need to weather the storm, man. Like we need to weather the storm. Once we weather the storm, there's going to be better days ahead. But even then, no, this is still not easy to trade. But hell, at least we're not making a new all-time high every day. But I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, because I could still lose. Every day I understand that I could lose. Hey man, we call this Israeli fake out. We have 600,000 points short today, huh? In fact, did not weather the storm. And I, in fact, did not. All right. All time high was a fever dream. That was crazy, right? That was crazy, native, huh? Double top. Where? Where at? Where? The indicator does not say so. Is my indicator not active? Nope, the indicator does not say so. Further back. Oh, 561. Oh, you talking about up here inside this zone? Yeah. Yeah, that's a pipe stream away. That's not active. They come up here inside this zone, and they come here. Then yeah, it'll activate. But that's a pipe stream away right now. That's over 1.18%. I'm not even considering that. I think they want to go lower now. So my brain's telling me that they want to go lower, and then I need to be looking and I need to be paying attention to what they're doing right now. Once they go higher and they show me they want to go higher, then I look at that. That's why like I can't even see this on my chart until all the way up in here. I'm looking at right here. They want to go lower and higher. Only thing that kept me sane was watching my 401k grow. Exactly. Yeah. That's why we didn't have different. That's why we didn't have different different levels of exposure to the market. Possible draw to London low. Where's it at? Let's take a look at London low. Where's it at? Asian London lows over here. The indicator says so. Excuse me. Do I think that we drop 1% right now? I'm unsure. Hey, you're the same guy from yesterday. How old are you, man? How old are you? Because once I started proving points to you yesterday, you ran away and you left the live stream and you didn't answer any questions once the going got tough. How old? 24? Okay. I had to go to work. Okay, good. I'm at work right now. Good job, Hyper. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure if you were listening to anything that I said yesterday, but when I was talking, you ran off because you said you had to go to work. Do you trade Asia at all? No, I do not. I responded to your message on one of the videos. I do not. I only trade during New York session. I try to keep things as simple as possible. Like right now, like I'm literally making 20 to 30,000 minimum, 20 to 30,000 minimum every 5 days to sit over here and goof around on this computer during New York session for just a few hours a day. Trust me, I don't trust me. I'm not trying to add and trying to figure out another Asia session or try to trade during London. I like my sleep. Well, I only sleep 5-6 hours a day at the most, but still. I didn't even look at my message yet. It was a notification. I just responded to it. Once you figure out something that's been working and that's conducive to your schedule, we just need to stick to what's working. We don't need to really switch up anything or do anything too crazy. The only thing that I would probably say is if you have a full-time job, then yes, you need to trade Asia and London because that's what you have to do in order for you to understand that. But then once you get past that, and then once you start trading New York, why switch over? Because you don't want to always be trading Asia and London if once you get to the point to where trading is your full-time job. You don't want to always be doing that. Round trip 1K on Asia, but still made 2K and 1.3K on New York. Really working on rewiring my psych lately. Good job, Hyper. You're done for the day. No more trading. I'm young though. I got to get at it. Absolutely. You're done, Hyper, for the day. From Discord. He round tripped a 1K Asia trade. But he's done for the day. Hyper is. Good job. Absolutely. He's young. He'll learn. They just took out those lows. Be on alert. Timestamp 1051. Be on alert. Is that a perfect double bottom? No. Yeah, that is where I'm at. I'm on a 48-hour shift right now. Really? Are you a doctor or something? How are you on a 48-hour shift? What's that mean? Are you are you on call or something like that? Are you a doctor? What are you? Are you in the medical profession? It's typically what that means. What are you? Hospital doctor. That's exactly what I figured. They're about to go higher and they're about to come into the zone. It was that same thing I told you, where I was like, why don't they do something like this, attack this, and then they'll do something like this. They're bouncing this now towards the zone now. They attacked that low, stopped everybody out, and now they're going higher. That's big time. A woman of service. I always tell people that we should always be appreciative of the people in service that help us out. When is the next event? Instant Fest? I gotta look. The next crazy news release probably. Look at the size of this goddamn camera. I'm gonna loan this. I'm gonna loan this on 3 contracts, and I'm gonna try and get 120 ticks to the upside. And I'm gonna just try and take multiple base hits out of this. I'm being dead serious. Look at that market bounce. But it's like, Jesus Christ, straight to the goddamn TP. Holy shit. Jesus Christ, they're getting ready to come up into the zone like I told you about. Man, what is all right? Oh, I'm $13 away now. Okay, maybe the next one I take on 1 contract. Maybe I'll rinse and I'll repeat 1 contract now. 1 contract away now from $12,000 payout. Another 5 days I make. Straight to TP. Yeah. Money printer. Money printer. How much money do I need? 1 contract. 1 contract. They're trying to come up into the zone and we sitting there goofing around. This volume, this damn indicator. Look at that 29-point volume balance. My God, may help us. If they dump this right now, so help me God, I'm going to loan this. That's a 28. But they need to seal the deal. It's a 23. Look at it. Look at the update in real time. It's a 23. Look. Look at what the free indicator is telling us from the Discord. Look, 23. Okay, 23. Can I get 50 ticks off this? I think so. I'm alone now. Done. That's a 23-point volume balance. Holy shite. I'm not going to take out more risk than I need to. Where am I at? Did I get the money? Done. $213 a day. $12,500 secure again. Log off. Done. Indicator tell me. I don't even need to calculate it anymore. I don't need to calculate it anymore. I can see it right now before my very eyes, and I can see where they're getting ready to go. And everyone inside Discord has it for free. And you're sitting over here goofing around. Another $10,000 a day, and you're sitting over here goofing around, back to back to back to back to back to back. We're just rinsing and repeating these nonstop, and you're sitting over here goofing around. We're telling you where the market's getting ready to go. This is nothing like you've never seen before. You have a hedge fund manager at your disposal. You have a hedge fund manager at your disposal that's trading live in front of you on a daily basis. And on top of that, you have a knowledge center right there that will allow you to speak the same language that I'm speaking. And the models inside Discord have explanations. And it's free mentorships on the weekends once you're inside here. And we're going to be giving away free funded accounts for all of those for all Discord members whenever I complete this partnership. And you're sitting over here trying to debate $59 per month. But that's okay. Like, that's okay. Like, I don't need to convince you. Ooh, we're trying to take your money. Ooh. You're trying to give me my $49 for every 3 months. Hold on. Okay. Base hit I take. I was only trying to get 50 ticks from where I pressed the button at the liquidation squeezed at 300 ticks. If you hold on to a trade 300 ticks and you don't go break even or you don't TP out, something's wrong with you. I'm just being honest with you, especially in this environment with Trump talking. But that's something else that needs to be corrected as well. But I'll figure out what they're going to do later. Why? Because if I would have held on to this, I would have got break even, and I would not have secured my payout like how I just did. And I'm only going to take what's necessary. That's why I dropped down to 1 micro, because I just needed $13. So I just made $22.50. Be on alert and watch out. We're done for the day. Timestamp 10:58. You got me geeking, twin, but good hits. Taking these sniper plays. Thanks, Showtime. Thank you, sir. Hey. What's up, District? Sarah, straight to TP. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Base hit I take. I pledge myself to your teachings of what it says. Absolutely, sir. Guys, you can't take a trade like that if you're listening to me on TikTok. You have no hope of copying my trades. There's no way. Because there's a 15-second latency delay. And it's the same with YouTube. You need to be listening to my voice in real time if you're even going to remotely consider doing that. But you should not be copying my trades. You can, but you should not be doing that. You need to understand what I'm doing, and it needs to align with your risk management protocol. So don't start doing that. So like if you saw me press this button, by the time that it hit it here, they ran it past 1 more minute, so you heard it. But normally speaking, like it's done, or you got a poor entry because you didn't enter where I entered at, which turns it into a completely different trade. And now you're sitting there trying to figure out what's going on, and they're going in the opposite direction. Instead of you sitting there taking the time and studying and learning and stop trying to get everything for free. Like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like him, but for example, there was a dude 2 days ago inside here who listened to my entire market explanation. I went just like this and I said I'm going to come here and here, and I took the trade and I held it full blown to the TP. And he followed me directly on TikTok. He was like, "Bro, this is insane." He was like, "Bro, I just made $4,000 just now." I was like, "Wow, congratulations. You made 10 lifetimes memberships." I was like, do you want to consider, maybe coming over here, free trial, something like that? Like, imagine like if you knew what we were talking about, what you could do with that on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, like what you could do. He was like, "No, I didn't make 4,000. He was like, "I made 4,000 on 5 accounts." I was like, "Bro, well, you messed up your consistency because now you got to do it again for at least another, 4 or 5 more days, man. That's not going to be easy." He was like, well, no to that either. I made $4,000 on my TPT account, so I'm getting ready to per account, so I'm getting ready to withdraw it all today. You just made me $20,000, bro. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy, bro. That's insane. So why don't you come over here, maybe try and, just $100, just try to help out the other students inside of Discord. Because I absolutely don't need it. But, repay the favor. One hand wash the other. He looked at me, he didn't respond. And he was like, all right, man, I'll see you tomorrow. That reason right there is exactly why millionaires don't deal with poor people or I'm not saying he's poor, but people of a scarcity mentality. And I'm not saying he had one because he could be listening. But, I don't care if he's listening, but I'm not saying that. But typically speaking, that's what happens. Because what happens is rich people and people that are well off, they either get one of two things. They either come across somebody that is going to 100% waste their time and they are not going to value the teachings at hand, which is the most likely thing, which is arguably the worst thing that could come about, which is what I avoid completely. Then the second thing is you'll come across people to where like they'll finally consider it, but they don't want to help you out at all, and they want to get rich. And once they get rich, and once they get to where you are, they'll run off on a plug, and like they'll just forget everything that you've done before, and you just get used, and you feel used, and you feel less fulfilled. That's typically what happens. So now I know some people are probably thinking, bro, well but that's contradictory to what you're doing. You're giving away everything for free inside Discord, and you're helping out people consistently, and you're not asking for anything in return. So you're essentially being used. I'm being used because I choose to be used, and I'm choosing to be used by people who value my time correctly. I don't want to have a conversation with you if you don't want to read. If you don't want to subscribe to a $49 every 3 month page, then I don't want to converse with you because I know why? Because I know where your mentality is. I can give you the cure, but if you're not going to drink it, of what good use is it? It's completely irrelevant. So that's where we're at right now as far as that's concerned. We're done for the day. Good job. I definitely value your time. I will be joining this. All right, Sarah, we'll see you in here. Let's review. Up 650. 2 to 3 micros I took all that Colt, my brother. Stepping away. I'm coming back, but not today. Brick by brick builds the house, Jay says. Absolutely. Attaboy, Jay. Base hit, small size. That is correct. Guys, listen. You don't have to always do base hits if you are one of the students inside Discord that's making $20,000 to $25,000 per TPT or per Top Step account. I have students inside that are doing it, and I can show you the proof, but I've shown that before, so I'm not going to do that again. If you know who you are, and you know what your psychology is, and you know what's been working. So if making $10,000 to $15,000 off 10 to 15 micros because you got a $20,000 buffer built up doesn't come like water to you, then you need to start taking base hits. So that method applies to 98 to 99% of profitable traders taking base hits. That applies to guys, not 98% of people, because 97% of people are going to fail doing this because they think that they're smarter than the market, and like no one wants to learn. That is going to apply to about 95 to 98% of profitable traders that are in the 3%. And then the other 1 to 2% have the psychology to hold on to trades and to make $10,000 to $15,000 by only risking $500. They're just full-blown market prodigies. I'm not like that. I'm not God. I'm not like that. I can't do that. I can't even do the stuff that Chilo does, where Chilo longs it, and he'll hold on to a trade for like 1,800, not 1,800, for literally 3,000 ticks. Minimum, he'll hold on to a trade for like 1,000 or 1,500 ticks. I'm not doing that. His psychology is different. He understands the strategies back tested. He understands how to manage his risk through that model. But most of you cannot do that. You want to know why? Because you don't understand the risk that you're taking on. One MNQ contract is worth $650,000 in nominal value. But yet you could only lose $1,500 to $2,000 at the absolute most before you blow that 50K account. And you're sitting here trying to trade. If you're in 5 minis, which is very reasonable on a 50K account, they'll let you trade up to damn near 10. You're in a trade for over $3 million, and you could only lose $1,500 out of $3 million, and you're wondering why you're losing. What I just said was a 100% fact. Look it up. You're not entering into a $29,219 position. But even then, though, that would be crazy when you could only lose $2,000. You're entering into a $3 million position and then praying to God, hey, man, you know what? Man, damn. Please don't go $500 against me before I hit my stop loss. And you wonder why you're losing. Be on alert. Done for the day. I log off. Rinse and repeat. That was a 29-point volume balance. I longed it blindly. Why did I long it blindly like that? Because I was only on one micro. If they would have dumped it, I would have doubled the size, and I would have kept tripling the size because I knew they was going to go higher to go fill it. And I was out before they filled it. Be on alert. Watch out. They're just goofing around. They're just going sideways. We're just targeting draws and liquidity. Nothing to do with no ICTs we were just showing. But you can't understand what we're doing if you don't understand that knowledge in it. I'm paying $3 grand to the first 10 people that message me. God is good. Facts. Food is lifestyle, Jess. You got me. Okay, I read that. God is good. The scammers. What the scammers are going to do is that the scammers are only going to tell you things that they know works. Scammers know the system than the people that are following the system correctly. Because if they don't, then they wouldn't know how to fool you. That's the problem. Scammers know more about scammers and non-religious people. They know more about the religion than arguably the religious people. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be able to convince religious people to follow what they're talking about to get scammed. Because you'd be like, bro, that smells fishy. So they have to be well versed in it. I'm serious. It's the truth. Because you can't convince somebody to do something if you don't know what you're talking about. You can't fool them. You can't fool them if you don't make them believe it. So they know that religion button is the end all be all, because most people won't question it. Because if you put God in front of something, most people will go, "Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, well, that must be safe." And people will send that person $500 to $1,000, going, "Well, God must be backing this." Instead of coming over here and somebody that's telling you the truth and that's trading live and that's actually showing you how to make tens of thousands of dollars every day, arguably, most people will send that person I just blocked $500 to $1,000 first, instead of coming over here and signing up for a 3-day free trial, goddammit, and buying a lifetime membership for both communities for less than $400. They will do shit like that and get unlimited mentorship so that they can change their lives. Because they'll go, well, God did, so God will provide. And that reason right there is exactly why he's saying that. Because if no one believed it, then why would he do that for? So he's scamming people.
Yeah, and God don't have nothing to do with it.
And God don't got nothing to do with that. That is 100% correct. He's deceitful and he's lying. Don't ever fall for those scams. If anyone is asking you for any, I'm saying all this to say, if anyone is asking you for any money, that is not me. I will never ask you for any money. Once you're inside Discord, it is free. I will not charge you for no mentorships or for nothing. It is free. So don't fall for that. I hate it when they do that. I'm messaging the first people that tell me happy birthday. Or times are hard. He knows times are hard, so he's going to say that. Times are hard. So anyone that messaged me and says times are hard, I'll send you $15,000. Be on alert. Watch out. They're just goofing around right now. You need to ask yourself this very important question. It is 11 o'clock right now. It is 11 o'clock right now, and everything that we have said again today has gone straight to the TP today. And we've taken multiple base hits and rinsed the market for probably about, I'd probably say about another 350 ticks or so. 350 to probably 350 at the absolute most, 400 ticks at the absolute most. Because 120 on the first one, 120 on the next, that was like 260. I got 50 on the next, and then like yeah, I did that. So about 300 ticks, 300 350 ticks at least minimum. That's all that you need. 350 ticks on 4 micros if you was being conservative, like let's just say 350. Look at that. That's $700. Holy smoke! If you was on three, look, that's $500 a day. Do you understand that if you do you understand that if you took all of the trades that I took today on just 3 micros, you would be up $500 today? Do you understand that? Do you understand that if you just do you understand that if you were consistent longer than your own impatience for 5 days, you would get more than a max payout? You would be past the threshold of a max payout and you wouldn't be eligible because you have to do it for 5 days to be eligible on Apex for a $1,500 to $2,000 payout. So if you just did that for that specific amount of time, hold on, a quick phone call. My mama. Hello, hey mama, what's going on? Sorry about that phone call. That was my mother. Sorry, guys. I was distracted. I was returning a text message. Guys, the point that I was making before my mother called me and I got distracted was the timestamp now is 11:16. FOMC meeting minutes comes out today at 2 o'clock. We have that. We have geopolitical war tension headlines, and everything is going straight to the TP. And hold on, I don't know. That's a different God, correct? God is good. He will provide. Good job, Alan. You're the turtle, not the hare. You want to know what's the crazy? Hold on, look. I want to revisit that turtle and the hare story, so I'm gonna keep this up. Um, hold on. Um, uh, what I was getting ready to say was what I was getting ready to say um, was this was um. Okay, the turtle in the hair thing was the second thing. We have all of these things surrounding our situation right now, and everything is going straight to the TP. Today was another good day. We've accomplished all of our objectives. I've made my $200, close to it, 170, 180, 170, 188, commission, whatever. I'm trying to get about $200 a day on those first 20 accounts that you see on the thing, plus the 6 other accounts. So I need to trade for like another 4 more days to get to that payout. I have secured a payout with the Apex right now, and I will request the other amount today at market close. So for me, that's my objective. But we've had 3 or 4 trades go straight to the TP, and we have a crazy news event coming. Not crazy, but the market's gonna, but anything can happen. And we have a crazy geopolitical war tension environment coming about, with 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 the potential closing of the Hormuz. Like the market's not reacting to it very kindly. My boss just walked in just now. He just handed me a check for $10,000, and I've only been working for 1 hour because I said I wasn't gonna take no trades until at least 10:15, and the timestamp now is only 11:19. So I really wasn't starting to look for trades at all until like 30 minutes ago. So I showed up into work and I was laughing. I was moving around and I opened up my laptop and I sent 2 or 3 emails, and my boss came in again. And so he was so gracious. Now he's not my best friend because he can fire me any day. He can fire me any day. He can. And he's rude to me if I don't respect him. Just like, so that's the situation. And that's why most people keep on getting fired or they keep on getting burned by, let's just call him Harry, by your boss named Harry, or no, Leonard is more of a boss name. Leonard, right? Um, Leonard Rothstein or something, making up some name. And he came in and he gave me a check for $10,000 today, and I was just goofing around for 30 minutes, and he asked me this question. He goes, okay, here's $10,000 today, sir, for you and your community. And for everyone, that's proportionate, depending upon whatever account that they're making. But let's just say here's $500 per account, sir. And stress-free, here it is. Do you want to continue to work right now? And I go, yeah, of course, I can make more. And before I do the 97, 98% of people response, because I'm getting ready to blurt it out and I'm getting ready to jump to conclusions, I'm going to say, yeah, of course I want to go. He stopped me, and I was getting ready to say, he put his finger over my mouth, but I'm a grown man and I might look at him kind of crazy. But he goes, shh, hey, hold on, stop. Because we're adults here, so he's not going to touch me. and he goes, shh. But if you stay, I'm either going to take all your money, or I could pay you a little bit more, but I could take your money, or this golden goose and this train that you're on right now is getting ready to stop and you're going to get fired. So you can, and then when you get fired, I'm going to take all your money too. As in, like, you blew up your account, you can't trade, you can't come back to work tomorrow. Like, you're done. Which one would you choose? Right now, considering everything. Okay? considering all of the turmoils. And he tells you, and he goes, and there's some weird stuff surrounding the building. He goes, well, you know what? We're having some leaks inside the building, and anything can happen. And he was like, if the electricity goes out, you can't complete this project that you just started on. So I'm trying to give you an analogy here. The electricity is getting ready to go out, and he goes, well, we might have a power outage, but if you start this project, we're going to have a power outage, and if you can't complete the project, then I'm going to fire you, or I'm going to take all your money because you didn't finish the job, and that has nothing to do with you, which is the geopolitical war, tension news, and everything coming about. So if you start it and you goof around, you're going to either get fired or I'm going to take all of the money from you. But I could pay you a little bit more money, maybe, or you can go home and go enjoy with your family. Which one would you do? I know which one I'm gonna choose. Trust me, I know. It's called The Story of Shahrazad. I'll explain that another day. You need to look that up. It's called Shahrazad. It's a story about a king and a queen from long ago. I'm not going to explain that today, maybe tomorrow. But it works very similar to that, but I just gave just a different analogy. The other thing that I wanted to go over was this. Be the turtle and not the hare. Sure. We should like to be the turtle, sure. But I'm getting ready to explain something to you. I'm getting ready to debunk this little riddle. The turtle did not win the race. Listen to what I just told you, and I'm getting ready to explain to you how. The turtle and the hare, the turtle did not win the race. Yes, it's true. Listen to me. A multi-millionaire told me this. A guy that's probably worth like $20 to $30 million that I listen to every single day told me this. I'm the first 5 people to message me, God is good. I'm covering your bills. You know what I'm saying? The turtle did not win the race. You want to know why he didn't win? He did not win. The hare lost. The hare lost the race. The hare didn't win either. But the turtle blocked X19. The turtle did not win that race. He did not win. The hare lost. The hare did not have the discipline in order to finish the race. The turtle finished, that is correct. The turtle finished the race. He didn't win that race. He didn't win. There's no way in hell he could beat that hare. He did not do that. This is a life lesson. I'm trying to tell you. I heard this from do this with like $20, $30 million, or way more money than me. And he explained this, and my first thought was, "What are you talking about, bro? That age-old riddle. What are you talking about? The turtle did win the race. I saw him cross the finish line first. It's been a story as long as the tale of time." And he explained it like this. He was like, he just finished the race. He stayed consistent longer than his own impatience, and he just locked in. He just kept walking. He did nothing differently. He just kept walking. The hare beat himself. He tricked himself off the spot. That's what most people like to do. He tricked himself off the spot. You need to listen to what I just told you. You need to visualize that. If you keep on trying to sprint to this destination, you're only beating yourself. Whenever you're trying to take all of these shortcuts and you're trying to scam everybody, because that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You're trying to scam people. Well, hey, now how? No, I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out. No, you are. Because when I told you, why? Because when I tell most people, yeah, I can show you how to make $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 a day doing this in just maybe an hour or two, if you're willing to listen. But all it's going to cost you is $49 for 3 months just to understand, or a lifetime membership for $100. People go, ugh. If you don't want to teach me for free, then then you're a scam. If you don't want to teach me for free, then it's just not meant for me. Listen to what I just told you. You want everything for nothing. Isn't that what a scammer is trying to do? With that dude that just got blocked, isn't that what he's trying to do? Because he's not going to give you anything in return. Even if you sign up for that knowledge center, you go, okay, okay, fine, bro. You convinced me. Okay, great. I'm signed up. And you go down that knowledge center and you don't take your time on that knowledge center and you don't read what's on that knowledge center and what's inside this Discord, and you don't show up to any of the meetings in the morning or on the weekends for the mentorships, you're the hair. You're tricking yourself off the spot. You're beating yourself. You're trying to cut corners. You're trying to get everything for nothing. You need to listen to what I just told you. That's very important. Are you going to take this seriously is the question. We're showing you every single day and giving you every reason on as to why you should. It's not going to be linear. You're going to improve daily, bit by bit, piece by piece. The turtle probably got tired and he probably got exhausted a little bit. Going as slow as he was, he probably had to stop. He probably got confused. His eyesight is poor. He probably can't see past his own nose. But he stopped and he probably looked to the left. He was like, okay, I'm further than where I was before. I know I'm not going to turn around. I'm going to keep going slowly but surely, and I will get to my destination. I'm going to stay focused, and I'm going to stay consistent longer than my own impatience. That's all that he knows. That's all that he knows. The hare cannot stay consistent longer than his own impatience, and that's why he lost. To himself. He didn't lose to anybody but to himself, and that's the end of the riddle. The hare lost to nobody. He didn't lose the race. The only person he lost to was himself. He was the only person that could beat himself, and that is the true story with you in your life. You are the only person that can beat yourself with this. Trading is a game of you versus you. It will hold a mirror up to your face. You are the only person that can beat yourself in this endeavor that we're on. So when I saw that inside Discord, I had to respond to that. It just triggered me because I heard about that and I spoke to a guy, and it stuck with me. In any event, do you trade any micro futures? That's the only thing that I trade. Why would I trade minis on a prop firm account? Unless I'm trying to do EVO Instapass. Guys, I know life is hard and I know it's not easy. I know. And I could stay on live stream until God knows how long, but I've accomplished my goals and I don't want to set a bad precedence. I will disconnect from Discord, but you guys can stay live. But I implore you, if you are green right now, you need to walk away from the screen. Why would you risk that for? After everything that I just told you, why would you do that? We'll be live tomorrow at 9, 10 a.m. in the morning from inside Discord. 10 a.m. in the morning from inside TikTok. In order to hopefully try and do it again. If the geopolitical war tension news and the FOMC meeting minutes was not today, I would still consider trying to trade. But I just don't think that that's worth it. I'm going to just be honest with you. I think that we should I am going to stick to this. I'm going to stick to what this pre-market trading plan told me. And this pre-market trade plan told me this. What Chilo said? The drawdown was 35 for 2K drawdown, 600 steady. You see this? See these trades that Chilo takes? This is like what I'm talking about. Like, I can't do something like that. Like, I can't do something like that. Well, I never heard it that way. Yeah, it's true about the story, the turtle in here. Like, I can't do something like that. I'm being honest with you. But he can. And then on top of it, he could probably do the same trades that I'm taking too. Like if he wanted to. But I can't do nothing like that. What was I getting ready to say? What I was getting ready to say was this. This is what I'm going to stick to today. Why? Because I'm going to follow what I sent out inside this Discord. No drivers the entire day except for FOMC meeting minutes at 2. I've back tested this day, blah, 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 blah. Expect insane chop. Market to be moving in 15-minute unique time signature blocks. Whatever price sections you need, blah, blah, blah. Required. Base hits, modest TPs. Multiple levels of confirmation. Making money and running away are all recommended for navigation tomorrow. SPX is working on a multi-day trend line as pictured that will be snapped. I said will be snapped, not if. When it's taken out, it will snap with intraday sell side force, as in it will be bearish. Gap rules, logic, supply, blah, blah, blah. And then look, I sent it out to you, and then guess what? They just use Trump as the catalyst or as the excuse to then dump it past the zone. Look. Look at this trend line, look. Can you imagine how many people bought here and thought that this was getting ready to go higher? They're going to do the opposite of what you think. Look at that. Can you imagine how many people bought calls here yesterday and were like, bro, this is great. This is perfect. And I sent this out inside here and I was like, bro, they're going to snap this. Like, they're going to snap this and then they do it again. You need to throw away that book. They want to go lower and not higher. This is intraday sell side force. This is not an immediate term trend line. This is a multi-day trend line that's been going about since the 25th. This is serious. They did 1, 2, I believe. Look, this is the riddle that we always give. What do we always say? 1, 2, I believe. 3, 4, I count out the door. We've been saying this for a while. They do this all the time. And they do it across multiple time frames. You need to be on hyper alert. I believe in you and I love you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna disconnect from Discord, but I'm not going to end the live stream. You guys can hang on the side here if you want to. But I recommend you take it smooth, take it easy. I love you too, Alan. They haven't given me off to work. All right, Zero. Have a good one. All right, you too, Alan. They haven't given me any idea to get out. That's why I'm holding. Yeah, that is true. Start trailing that though. Love you guys. All right, Zero. Catch you later, buddy. Be safe, and I believe in you. I'm gonna just disconnect.